your host and moderator, and I'm the co-founder of Countingwell. In this show, we bring together teachers, maths teachers from various schools across the country to share their experiences, challenges, ideas, and innovations in a very unique format where we typically see a lot of shows where principals and administrators come in and talk about their experiences. But we believe that you teachers are the people on the ground and you are the ones who are executing the vision of the school. And we would love to hear your experiences and your thoughts on making maths learning easier for children. So welcome, Nidhi ma'am and Shivam sir. So let's start with a quick round of introductions. First, Nidhi ma'am, why don't you give us a little bit of your background? Nidhi Bajaj ma'am comes from Bharati school in Delhi. And if you can tell us a little bit about your background and your experience, ma'am, that would be a great start.
Thank you, Nirmal sir. I'm Nidhi Bajaj and I've been teaching in Bharati Public School, Gangaram Hospital, Marg since last 22 years. I've been working closely with the middle graders like 6th to 8th for most of the time, but last 5 years I've been teaching class 9th and 10th as well. So I've always find teaching maths as a roller coaster ride for me. So with so many diversified learners, it's like maths has always been a passion for me, and I'm enjoying this roller coaster ride with them.
Great, ma'am. Great. Welcome to the show. Over to you, Shivam sir. Shivam sir, Mr. Shivam Pandey comes from NLK in Kanpur. So we have people from different a variety of places. In fact, we'll have one more guest joining very soon. Shivam sir, why don't you give us a little bit of your background as well?
Yes, thank you, sir. Myself is Shivam Pandey, and now I'm teaching in America Academy in Kanpur. And basically, I'm teaching maths from grade 6 to 8. And I think that when you are including the creativity and there are so many things in the math, then that is not like a math. This is just like a magic in the mathematics. And I have completed my B.Ed now in 2020 also. And I think that math is not a subject. This is just like a magic. Then you will play, then you will enjoy. Thank you, sir.
That's a wonderful attitude, and I think we would love to see children carrying that attitude as well. When they start loving the subject and when they feel that it is fun, then there will be no fear of maths, right?
Yeah.
Great. So let's start with a quick question answer round. I will start with Nidhi ma'am. With your experience, and especially since you've been teaching middle school children for so many years, we have seen that typically maths phobia starts to come in the middle school. The children start developing or exhibiting maths phobia from the middle school. What is your opinion about this, ma'am?
See, what I personally believe is more than it's the child himself, it's the transferred feeling from maybe generation to generation, and the it comes from the surrounding. Even if child himself is comfortable in maths, at a certain point when there is so much of discussion ki mere se nahi ho raha, and when his peer group they starts commenting like this creates a phobia. And like sometimes there is a topic in middle grades, if that child particularly for some particular topic he or she gets stuck in that topic, that phobia starts to build up. And like whenever I'm meeting the parents in the PTM, the first thing is, मैम मेरे से ना मैं बिल्कुल कमजोर थी मैथ्स में, या मैं बिल्कुल कमजोर था मैथ्स में, मैं नहीं चाहता मेरा बच्चा हो. The moment they say this, now this is transferred into the kids कि शायद ये बहुत difficult subject था, हमारे मम्मी पापा से नहीं हुआ तो शायद हमसे भी नहीं होगा. Sometimes I feel that is the aura of maths which has been created. So I think we need to eradicate this as soon as possible. And I truly agree with sir that for me, maths is just not dull and boring. I think we should give it a try.
Great, ma'am. And that's very well said, that it's actually a lot of times that the parents transfer their phobia onto their children, and that is what starts the fear of the subject. We just had our other guests joining, so let me do a quick round of introduction. Welcome Anuradha ma'am and Reeta ma'am. So Anuradha ma'am comes from Salwan Public School in Ghaziabad, and Reeta ma'am comes from St. Xavier's in Vapi, Gujarat. So, this time we have people from all over. Anuradha ma'am, why don't you give us a quick introduction? Tell us a little bit about your background. We have Shivam sir and we have Nidhi ma'am who already joined and they introduced, but I'd like your introduction as well. Anuradha ma'am?
Are you getting my voice, sir?
Yes, now we are.
Okay, fine. Good evening, everyone. Pranam. Myself, Anuradha Sharma. I'm the coordinator there in Salwan Public School, Kronika City. And I take middle school. And my subject is maths. Beside maths, I take physics also. So it's like I'm too passionate about maths. And I always say my kids that maths is just like a chocolate. The more you chew, the more taste you will get. So the more hard work you do in maths, and definitely you will get the result. And I was listening to Nidhi ma'am. Ma'am well said that yes, in the society, actually there is a fear of maths. Parents really, they themselves are so nervous that they spread the same thing to the kids. And we try our level best through different activities and to make this subject more interesting. Yes.
Over to Reeta ma'am. Reeta ma'am comes from St. Xavier's School in Vapi, in Gujarat. Ma'am, can you give us a quick introduction about yourself, and then we will talk further.
Hello.
Yes,
my voice is coming.
Yes.
I'm Mrs. Reeta Raura from St. Xavier School, Vapi. मैं पहले अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दे देती हूँ कि मैं मैथ्स पढ़ा रही हूँ 7th, 8th, 9th को पढ़ा रही हूँ और ये एक ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है जो कि स्टूडेंट्स मोस्टली मैंने सुनने में आया कि बहुत डिफिकल्ट है बच्चे यही बोलते हैं इट्स अ वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट और पेरेंट्स आर वेरी शाउटिंग ऑन दिस पॉइंट कि ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट है टीचर्स हमें एक्सप्लेन नहीं प्रॉपरली कर पाते वही अंडरस्टैंड नहीं कर पाते मेरा आइडिया ये कहता है कि बेसिकली बच्चों का जो छोटी चीज है जो स्टार्टिंग में हम करते हैं 1st, 2nd, 3rd स्टैंडर्ड में मल्टीप्लिकेशन डिवीजन और टेबल्स वो बच्चों को नहीं आते जिसके कारण बच्चे बहुत ज्यादा परेशान होते हैं और तब पेरेंट्स बहुत ज्यादा केयर नहीं करते लेट भी करते हैं और उसके कारण ये सब्जेक्ट लैकिंग कर रहा है हम एडिशन सब्ट्रैक्शन आराम से सिखा सकते हैं पर वो सब नीचे हो नहीं रहा पर स्कूलों में बड़ी बड़ी बुक्स पढ़ के बच्चे भी पेरेंट्स भी बहुत खुश होते हैं जब व्हेन दे आर सी द बिग बुक्स पेरेंट्स को बहुत अच्छा लगता है एट दैट टाइम पेरेंट्स आर वेरी हैप्पी
वेरी ट्रू मैम इनफैक्ट व्हाट आई सी इज दैट कि स्पेशली मैथ्स में ये होता है कि बुक्स आर मैथ्स इज अ सब्जेक्ट व्हिच इज नॉट टू बी लर्न्ड इट इज टू बी अंडरस्टूड और किताबें सिर्फ सीखने के लिए होती है समझने के लिए नहीं होती हैं सो किताबों से आप पढ़ सकते हो and you can try to remember formula, you can try to remember definitions, but to actually understand, it requires the involvement of parents and teachers at the right age and in the right way. So, great ma'am, great point. Shivam sir, I would like your opinion कि जो अभी हमने सुना, everybody is saying, what I'm hearing is two things. One is that कि at a very young age, we are trying to put too much pressure on the children. कि आप ये पढ़ लो वो पढ़ लो टेबल्स पढ़ लो एंड एट द सेम टाइम द पेरेंट्स आर क्रिएटिंग दैट ऑरा या वो एक्चुअली बोले तो हवा बना देते हैं कि मैथ्स तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट है नहीं हो पाएगा हाउ डू टीचर्स हेल्प द चिल्ड्रन ओवरकम दिस थिंग व्हिच दे विल ब्रिंग फ्रॉम देयर यंग एज
Actually, I want to say one thing, sir, that in the class there are so many students of the different mental age. जैसा कोई बच्चा कम दिमाग का है कोई ज्यादा दिमाग का है बट एज अ टीचर यू आर टीचिंग जस्ट लाइक सेम मेथड कि इस मेथड से सम्स कर लेते हैं हो जाएगा So this is not a good way. So we have to use, there are so many methods to do the questions. And the one more thing is that you have to connect in your normal life, just like you are doing the sums and whatever you are explaining in the class, you have to connect with your daily life. Then the student will be connect, yeah, ये तो मेरे साथ होता है रोज, हाँ ये तो मैथ्स लग रहा है इसमें. So that's why इसको इजी वे में लाने की जरूरत है. Then that time वो बच्चा भी समझेगा कि हाँ ये that is concept. Just like आप कोई concept पढ़ा रहे, just like I'm explaining average, तो आपको सीधे sums पे नहीं जाना कि that is like a sum and that is a number of sums. आपको पहले बताना what is average. For example, when I'm explaining the average, then I'm just taking an example. For example, I have different type of data, just like one person has 2 rupees, one person has 5 rupees, one person has 10 rupees, and one person is like a 6 rupees. And I want to equally distribute it, but they have different rupees. So now what do you do? So we have to do the average. So by the basic knowledge, we can understand, yeah, this is the average. बट हम लोग क्या करते हैं, एवरेज हाँ सम्स करा देते हैं. एंड जब भी एक्चुअली सम्स कराते हैं, नो, व्हाट इज द एवरेज, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ एवरेज, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द टॉपिक. सो दिस इज द बेसिक नॉलेज वी हैव टू प्रोवाइड टू आवर स्टूडेंट्स.
Absolutely, sir. I think that's a great suggestion, and that is right कि sometimes हम लोग ये करते हैं कि हम फॉर्मूला में अटक जाते हैं rather than उसके एप्लीकेशन, right? और अगर हम बच्चों को
application is most important है.
Correct.
Yeah, application is more important than the concept.
Yeah, totally agree, sir. That's a great point.
Here, I would like to just add to this, like since last many years, when it comes to teaching of integers to class 6, like when I was studying class, I was doing integers when I was a student. हमें यही पढ़ाया गया, एक प्लस है एक माइनस है तो आपको माइनस करना है, जिसका साइन बड़ा है. I think, and last so many years I have been doing this. Literally I have been dancing in my class and I start with the song मैं तो रास्ते से जा रही थी and I drop money, I pick money कि आहा मिल गए मुझे पैसे. And I teach integers as खोया and पाया. I don't teach them as positive integers and negative integers. When this concept of positive and negative comes now, they, it's like maths coming to their life. But if you say khoya and paya and loss or gain, so, and you can easily tell them कि आप अपने छोटे भाई बहनों से बात करो और उनसे 2 टॉफी ले लो, 2 टॉफी दे दो, and you talk about loss and gain, खोया and पाया, they clearly understand. तो उनको भी लगता है कि ये तो मेरा छोटा भाई भी समझ जाएगा, तो मुझे समझने में क्या है. So they feel very comfortable and they feel very, every time I do integer sum, I am writing loss and gain, and they are able to do it quite faster. Today when I was noticing the students who were not able to perform in their PT1 when I was doing this integers, they could quickly do it. So I think we need to really transform the way the maths has been taught earlier. So
great, ma'am. This is a great example. I think what you are trying to say is that instead of using only technical language, we should use the language which the children understand, and it has to be at their level of understanding. जो 6ठी या 7वीं क्लास का बच्चा है, उसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग लेवल क्या है, हमें वैसी लैंग्वेज यूज करनी चाहिए. And
same way, sir, we use staircase also.
Right.
In school, we have staircase, and that is such a lovely game that they really want to just like for addition and subtraction, move one step down, then up, then down. So we make groups and they love, but only one chance is there कि staircase a teacher should monitor. Otherwise, we give them this game and they play and they learn.
Very, very true, ma'am. In fact,
ma'am, you try this khoya and paya thing.
Yes.
Definitely, I really love the way खोया पाया. Definitely next time I'm going to take it.
Yeah, you please sing that song. मैं तो रास्ते से जा रही थी and पर्स में से पैसे ड्रॉप करना, पे कनेक्ट कर. Wow, I've got this money. So it is amazing. मतलब amazing response I've got.
Next question to you, Nidhi ma'am. One thing which we have seen is that all through somehow our curriculum framework, whether we talk about NEP or even before that VHCC, there was always this push to do formative assessments or assessment for learning, but it has been always very difficult to implement because of various reasons, right? And the biggest reason is the amount of time we have in our hands. जब एक क्लास में 40 मिनट का पीरियड होता है और 30-40 बच्चे होते हैं, तो how do you do that kind of assessment at the same time complete the syllabus? So what is your opinion about the ability to do these assessments and the challenges that you face?
So in this context, I really loved COVID. And we were creating a lot of MCQs question. I think MCQs questions, if done very honestly, I think they're the best judge ever. So whenever we used to make a Google form with MCQ questions on a particular topic, or maybe some topics, the Google forms used to immediately generate the analysis of the answers and everything. So a graph presentation and everything, they could, the Google forms are very helpful in this. So we were not doing anything manually there. But yes, over the period of 22 years, there are few learning gaps which are bound to occur, and we always try to eradicate them, remove them. But somehow maybe it is the tendency, like if you say there are a few questions in class 8, if you make the students even write that this question is very important, and please write that if we will not listen to ma'am carefully, we will definitely make this question wrong. Believe me, then also they make this question, that particular question wrong. So it's like we have tried. Sometimes I feel that there is a problem in a curriculum in the way the books have been framed also. Like there are a few questions in which we don't need to use any property, but since it is given that you have to use the property of rational numbers maybe, so there it becomes lot of there are a lot of difficulties that occur when they apply the property. Otherwise it can be solved in one go. So there comes the phobia, and there the learning gaps increase. So I think there is a great change in revamping the books as well.
Absolutely, ma'am. In fact,
I want to yeah, ma'am, you want to continue, ma'am?
Yeah, I was saying that there is this push for bagless or bookless classrooms and so on, and sometimes it feels like ye kaise ho payega, but actually speaking, what Nidhi ma'am is saying is in that same direction, ki sometimes the books force the concepts on children jiski zarurat nahi hoti hai, right? So, and I think that is what is important, that we have to identify which concepts are important and which need not be forced on the children. कि आपको ये concept सीखना ही है और इसका एक question बनाया, मतलब we are going to make up the question. अगर वो real life से कोई relation नहीं है, उसका ऐसा कभी कुछ होता नहीं है, but हम question बना देते हैं, and that is what causes the children to get disconnected with the subject.
So I don't feel like there is any need of learning the tables also. I never feel there is a need of learning the tables. बच्चा 12 का table learn कर रहा है, 13 का. If he knows multiplication, वो मुझे लगता है आधा second में orally भी कर सकता है. So मुझे तो कभी भी मैंने force नहीं किया कि you should learn tables till आपको 20 तक tables आने चाहिए आपको 20. मतलब I never feel there is a need for learning tables.
Very true, ma'am.
Yes, so with respect to formative assessment, I would like to share our practices. See, in school, though we are having some assessment in school, but in our school, there is a regular feature that in evening, I used to send at least 10 questions to the students. And the same topic which I taught in the class, based on that 10 questions we used to send, and it is an online quiz only. We use Kahoot, we use Homework app, we use Khan Academy, we use different portals. And we analyze the results same time, because our time is fixed 6 o'clock. You will get 10 questions, and many students do. I will not say ki 100% we get, but after some time you will see that the whole class is getting involved in them, because they know that this is for their betterment. And towards the night, we used to get that how much the concept is there in the mind of students, and next morning we can take the remedial.
For you, Shivam sir, now we talked about formative assessments in different ways. What do you feel is the role of data coming out of formative assessments, or any kind of assessment for that matter, which can help fill the learning gaps of the child?
Firstly, sir, I want to add one thing. When I'm examined by the MCQ basis or the descriptive basis, so then I'm taking the MCQ basis, then the students are taking the option A, B, C, D, whatever,
Sorry,
just like
sir.
a just mark.
Shivam
But
sir's voice is not clear. It is
Yeah,
like
it's kind of little.
some network issues, that's why.
Okay, okay. Just go a little slow, so I think then we will be able to catch you, sir.
Okay, sir. So when I'm feeling that, sir, see, when I'm taking the assessment as a MCQ basis, then बच्चा समझ रहा है बट वो कॉन्सेप्ट लिख नहीं पा रहा है क्योंकि उसको 4 ऑप्शन मिलने से दैट्स व्हाई he's taking one option only A B C D but in the descriptive he's showing the step by step questions so that's why I think that the descriptive paper that is more good in compared to the MCQ but is another way that is now this time is going on as a competition but MCQ there are so many competitions MCQ questions will be there. So that's why I think the combination of MCQ basis and the descriptive basis, so that we can understand the understanding also, and we can face the new module of our new generation.
Great, sir. Yeah, that is true. I mean, with the technology, see, I think that one of the important aspects of any kind of technology, whether it is MCQ that we use or even if
Yeah.
you use subjective or some places they use that clicker, but if we are able to get the
But
data in
I
right,
want to add one thing.
yeah,
I want to add one thing sir that कि बच्चा MCQ बेसिस में ऑप्शन क्लिक कर रहा है बट उसके अंदर अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं आ रही कि कैसे वो करेगा so both are important so we can arrange the one thing some questions just like MCQ basis and some questions just like a descriptive basis the combination of both so this is a more convenient for the student and for us and we can provide the competition test for our students.
yeah, absolutely. So that's a question for you, Anuradha ma'am. Given that there are so many constraints about how much time the teacher has and how much of effort that the teacher is able to put in versus how much other work that the teacher has to do, how do you think technology can help the teacher in making that whole teaching learning process easier or simpler for them?
Definitely see technology will go 1 and 1 as 11 only because nowadays in this COVID time we have realized that definitely technology help us a lot and initially during this COVID sessions और ये COVID के time में initially students were there कि maths तो समझ नहीं आएगा मैम online maths नहीं समझ में parents were also complaining नहीं आएगा but the way the teachers worked hard they made their videos different activities and towards the end we prove that yes maths can be taught online and I always take technology as one-to-one see every day I give questions 10 questions that is like connecting at home also 10 questions 6 o'clock you will get means they will get and they will get the assessment also and they have overnight to restudy relook into the topic so and there are some videos also like if a student is not getting a particular topic then I send my personalized videos also so definitely technology is helping us a lot.
Great, ma'am. I think you are a very, very dedicated teacher. If you say 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock karna, I'm sure that you have other
मैथ टीचर्स के लिए तो बहुत जरूरी है सर आई स्ट्रांगली बिलीव कि टाइम शुड बी सेट कि सब बच्चे फ्री हो कि 6 o'clock उनको पता है कि हमारी क्विज आनी है maybe they take 5 minutes 10 minutes but they do it and it is a regular feature since last 2 years it is a regular feature in us.
Great. I'm sure that even your kids must be really thankful for this.
It's like sometimes like if I get delayed so they send me personal message ma'am quiz and we take hand we are not preparing to be very honest we don't have that much time we handpick the questions maybe I used to say na kahoot se utha liya ya homework app mein we have many MCQ questions we have 2 marks 3 marks question also subjective questions also
homework app is amazing. I mean I really
homework app so homework app mein bhi hai and Khan Academy also I give in between also so we use multiple tools मतलब जहां से बेस्ट मिल जाए बच्चे के पास बेस्ट जाना चाहिए and they should and learning should be there.
I think more than what is that question या कहाँ से आ रहा है, it is more about कि एक वो बच्चे का डिसिप्लिन सेट होता है और दूसरा उनका वो डेली प्रैक्टिस की आदत पड़ जाती है कि 6 बजे मुझे करना है तो मुझे मेंटली भी प्रिपेयर होना है.
discipline is there, time management is there. They know, we fix the time also. We don't open it for the whole day. We fix the time, half an hour.
Great.
If you are willing, you do. And we don't, it is not a compulsory activity.
Right.
We say it in the class, it is not compulsory. But जैसे आप बोलोगे ना compulsory नहीं है, everyone is interested. If you say that it is compulsory, they will not do it. And you just say कि it is for your betterment, it is not compulsory. You wait and watch. Everyone will try.
That's very, very nice, ma'am. So over to you, Shivam sir. We would like to hear any innovation or any new ideas that you have implemented in your school or in your class, which has helped the children either connect maths more with real life or just feel more comfortable with the subject.
Firstly, I'm using just like a Saturday Varta. That is Saturday Varta. I'm not explaining anything in the class, and whatever I explain from Monday to Friday, and I'm calling to all the students one by one, and I'm giving the question, and student will be explained on the blackboard. So this is one initiative that कि बच्चे को होगा कि मेरे को ब्लैक बोर्ड पे जाना है तो मेरे को भी एक बार रेडी होना है क्वेश्चंस के लिए. And I will also explain in front of the class. And one more thing, हम लोग कोरस में बोल सकते हैं जैसा कि निधि मैम ने बोला. I can add one thing also. In the addition, in the multiplication, I'm making a one chorus that is, if I want to buy more than one thing, then I will do multiply. Like this way, there are not so much things, but there are so small tools for the connecting to the students. So we can use by your own self. आप खुद से कुछ टूल्स बना सकते हैं. जरूरी नहीं आप हर चीज बुक से फाइंड आउट करें. खुद से टूल्स बनाए जिससे बच्चा खुद को कनेक्ट करे, और जब वो कनेक्ट करेगा, एंजॉय करेगा, तो आई थिंक दैट बच्चा डेफिनेटली इसको पढ़ेगा, जरूर पढ़ेगा सर.
Great, sir. I think that Saturday Varta is a very interesting idea, right? जैसे चाय पे चर्चा होती है वैसे बच्चों के साथ.
Saturday Varta.
Correct. That's very, very interesting. And I think उससे I would just want to add that अगर हम इसको किसी तरीके से एक स्टोरी फॉर्म में ले आए, right? और हम बोलें कि Saturday वार्ता ही अगर बच्चे सिर्फ ब्लैक बोर्ड पे नहीं कर रहे हैं लेकिन उसकी कोई कहानी बना रहे हैं, let that creativity get joined with mathematics. Then
we tried cartoon clips. हमने करवाया था कार्टून क्लिप्स, एंड बहुत फनी और बहुत अच्छी अच्छी स्टोरीज निकल के आई. पाइथागोरस सिमेट्री, पता नहीं बच्चे अपनी ही अमेजिंग लैंड में पहुंच गए. एंड द कार्टून कैरेक्टर्स व्हिच आई वाज नॉट नोइंग, एवरीथिंग वाज देयर. सो इट इज अमेजिंग रियली. बट
कभी-कभी ये भी होता है ना मैम कि just that interest and motivation will help them somewhere in the future, कि चलो कुछ मजा तो आया आज, तो कल की क्लास में वो थोड़ा और इंटरेस्ट से पढ़ेंगे.
Yes. That is, they actually get connected to the teacher and to the subject. That we definitely, I will say that 100%. If a teacher is like actively engaging the students are connected. But talking about results, again, need to do a lot of research. So how to get good results? Because जिसके 99 भी आ रहे हैं ना, nowadays see every parent want 100. They don't want 1 marks test. वीकर स्टूडेंट्स तो चलो हम लोग काम कर ही रहे हैं, बट जो ऊपर वाले बच्चे 90 अप, सो दे गेट सो एनॉयड कि व्हाई इट इज 91 मैम, 9 marks. And if it is 99, then also मैम 1 marks आता तो 100 हो जाता. And that competition, when nowadays publicity is so much that every school is putting up in newspapers, site. So from the school side also pressure is there. Board exam में 100 on 100. सिर्फ एक बच्चे क्या है मैथ्स में, that is also. So it's like वो फिर वो मैथ्स टीचर का मैथ्स कॉन्सेप्ट से हटके फिर वो रनिंग रेस हो जाती है.
हाँ, फिर वो सिर्फ स्कोर की रेस होती है.
Yes, that is.
Regarding the innovative practices, one thing which works, like most of the times it works in my classes, catch me if you can. So it is the best, I think, strategy to grab the attention of the students. So what I do is I just write catch me if you can, and I tell them that I will be deliberately making a mistake in the quest while solving the question. So you have to catch my mistake. And most of the time I don't make any mistakes. And they are just engrossed in finding a teacher's mistake. So their complete attention, sometimes they just solve the question quickly, and then they will just concentrate on the board ki ma'am kahan galti kar rahi hai, ma'am kahan galti kar rahi hai, ma'am kahan galti kar rahi hai. And it really works. At least their attention is towards what I am doing. So I think this works amazing.
Great. Yeah, I think that is very interesting. In fact, when we try to create the so-called higher order thinking questions, one of the things we do is that we have a series of steps and we say find the error and what the error is and how will you correct it, right? And the idea is that then they have to go through the whole thing. So they can't simply do an elimination. Generally, MCQs में ये होता है कि they just eliminate potential wrong answers and then arrive at the correct answer. But here they actually have to evaluate the whole answer and then determine. And that's what brings me to my last question of this show today. For all of you, it will be the same question. And I will start with you, Nidhi ma'am, because you kind of triggered that, which is how do you encourage higher order thinking in mathematics in children?
So before that, I would just like to share my screen.
Sure.
And I have created a book of my own on quadrilaterals. If time permits, can I share my book here
Yes,
on the
yes,
screen?
yes. I'm sure everybody would be curious.
So I'll just share my screen. Can you please allow?
You should
You're
be
not
able to-
audible, sir.
Yeah, you should be able to do it now.
Yeah, I'll just do it. So is my screen visible?
Yes.
This is the book. Are you able to see this? A lot of books.
Yeah.
So this is the book which I created using Book Creator. I'm the ambassador for Book Creator. And I created a book on quadrilaterals. So I created a book on family of quadrilaterals. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is a book on family of quadrilaterals, and it talks about, and I have given the audio also. So it gives, I don't know whether the audio is. Hi, I am a quadrilateral. Is my audio visible? I am a four-sided polygon. Let me introduce you to my family. But before that, you should know the parts of a quadrilateral. So then it talks about all the quadrilaterals, different types of quadrilaterals. They're giving their introduction and everything. And then I have drawn a storyline that a quadrilateral finds a magic lamp, and so it creates a story like that. And the quadrilateral wants different properties to be inculcated at every step. So he finds a genie, he has a genie. So if you want, I can share this book with you, and it takes you to the different sites as well. So,
Ma'am, I will love to go through the book because
sure,
who also created
this was,
but let me go through it. I will also learn different things, like audio is there in your book, and
this
design is
and
there.
you can go to different sites. Like I ask the students to go to GeoBoard and explore the properties themselves. So this was the way, and it was really appreciated. I shared this on Twitter as well. So it was I got an amazing response for this book.
Oh, you deserve it, ma'am. This was really fantastic. I think all that effort, COVID made us do all this, right? Otherwise,
yes, that's why I said I love COVID, because it, it gave us so much. I created a story for integers as well, division and multiplication of integers. And it was on, a child was lost on integer island, and there he saw a pirate guarding and I can share all these stories with you.
Great, ma'am. If you can share it, I will further share it with everybody here on the show. And if you permit, then when we post it on our social
Certainly,
media.
sir.
We will publish
It's
it
a
there.
resource which I really want kids to use it. I have created, to make maths fun. So that's my passion.
Great, great, great. This is fantastic. So, receive this question. What Anuradha ma'am said. What do you think is a possible way of helping children overcome this? कि वो लोग basic, basic ideas या basic concepts, they are not able to relate with real life. And how do we then take them to the HOTS level?
Sir, we can start from the small activity. When student will be understand the concept, then we can increase the activity step by step, and at the last, you can see that student will be understand better, because with the activity, student will be learn so many things, and not just like a higher way we will do the activity. We will start from the small activity for the touch of the concept, and step by step when we will go there, then you will realize that the students are learning the more concept, just like a critical thinking, not about the textbook. Beyond the textbook, students are thinking so many things. Just like a ma'am was also saying that कि आपको डेली लाइफ में जो चीज यूज हो रही है उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपको क्वेश्चंस बनाने, देन स्टूडेंट विल थिंक अबाउट दैट कि हाँ ये कैसे होगा, अगर वो क्वेश्चन वैसे हो सकता है तो ये भी वैसे हो सकता है, तो then student can relate that concept.
Great, sir. Perfect. So, and that leads me to another question. Sorry, I said last question, but I think I will direct this to Anuradha ma'am in particular. Have you tried project-based learning or project-based activities? And
yes, sir, many a times we try, but again the same thing. Every topic cannot be taught in maths with project-based learning. We tried project-based learning in area perimeter. We have tried project-based learning, and then Trigo also we have done. And there are some topics where we touch project-based learning, and activities. Definitely, again, I would say activities make the class interesting. But when we talk about learning outcomes, proper analysis, so there I see ki maybe it generates interest, it motivates, but proper 100%, I don't feel that we are getting the output in that way.
And so the biggest constraint with project-based learning within the classroom scenario is the large number of students, large number of learners in a particular class, and then the paucity of time.
And contribution
They are
of
very time consuming. Actually, they're very time consuming. So definitely understanding is there when they it's like learning by doing. But when seen on a larger scale, the time constraint and the large number of learners, these are the two major challenges which are there in project-based learning.
And I also feel like collaboratively we make, if we go for the group projects, so every child is not contributing. So that is also a biggest thing. One project just like a few days back, I had given carpet designing using linear and adjacent pair. Means you have to design a carpet. So it was really a fun activity. They made the angles, and they calculated the angles also. They found which is the linear pair, which two will be the linear pair. But again, down the line, only I could say 50% of the students were able to connect.
So I would say that let's look at the glass half full, right? That 50% students were actually able to achieve something.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you. I think it was a wonderful conversation having all of you here. And I would definitely...
I'm sorry for interrupting. I just want to share another activity which I did it in my class.
Okay.
It was I was doing a topic based on similar and congruent figures, and then I gave it a Bollywood twist to it. So I used to sing a song, and they used to identify the object in that particular song, and then they used to classify that as the similar figures or the congruent. Like I sang, the first song was मेरे हाथों में 9 चूड़ियां हैं, so they immediately guessed the object चूड़ियां. And then I clicked on my presentation. So Shri Devi, with all that, I had put that particular image of Shri Devi having the churis and everything. And then the children said, ma'am, congruent. And then we classified them into congruent. So it was a very fun activity. So the kids really enjoyed it. And then I integrated it with arts, and I introduced Worldly art to them using congruent. And so it was fun learning that way.
Great, that's fantastic. You seem to be a whole encyclopedia of fun ideas.
Thank you so much.
We would love for you to share it with us, ma'am, and I'll share with everybody and definitely put it up on when we share this video of the talk show as well. I'm sure that a lot of people will benefit